talking about ball handlers here. So Nick Nurse recently said that he expects to use multiple ball handlers at once when Maxey is off the floor. Eric, usually with his team in the last few years, there's usually a guy, and Shake Milton was the main ball handler when Maxey was off the court. We've always had a guy to go to when Maxey was off the court. With Nurse saying this, and then also at the beginning of the offseason talking about we want to see what Edgecombe looks like with being a primary ball handler. Is there a benefit to having multiple guys who can be that ball handler for the team when Maxey's off the court, instead of having a go-to dude when Maxey's off?
Well, I mean, let me ask this question. When he say we will use multi-ball handlers when Maxey's off the court, is he saying that when he's off, any of those guys can bring the ball up the court?
That's what it sounds like.
Saying it may be this guy that comes in and handles the ball, and if this guy isn't in, it's another guy. I
interpret it as different guys will just bring the ball up when Maxey's not on
and
the floor.
If it's that, I do not like that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
Because I think if you want to be a running team and you want to push the tempo, if, say, for instance, Boney gets a rebound, right? And you have multiple ball handlers, who's going to get the outlet and who's not? How you determine who's going to get the outlet?
You're going to waste about 3 seconds.
You have two guys waiting instead of running up the court. So
or both run down the court and no one stays back.
Nobody waiting. Yes, what I'm saying. So you're going to have to establish who your guy is.
Yeah. Yeah.
If this guy's in the game, if Maxey's in the game, he's the primary ball handler. If somebody else is in the game and he gets a rebound, yes, he pushes it. But if he doesn't get a rebound, he's gone. Maxey's that guy. If Maxey's out, DJ's the guy that brings the ball up the court. If somebody else gets the rebound on the guard, he can push it. But if a big gets it, we're getting it to him. So he has that responsibility of going to get the ball. If you want to be a running team that puts pressure on the defense and flattens the defense, you have to be able to get up the court. So you can't establish that and get up the court if you have multiple guys, including the rebounder, all not even running and getting past half court.
So you're saying there should be a pecking order, an established pecking order.
Yes.
But
you can have multiple guys that can do it, but everybody on the court still knows who the primary ball handler is with the guys on the court.
Maybe that's what it is. I just didn't interpret.
That's why I asked. That's why I was asking him, like, how did he say it? Like, how did he mean it? Now, he might mean it one way or another, but I'm just saying, hopefully he mean it the way I'm talking.
That would be a great follow-up
question. Because the other way, I do not like when teams credentials. Teams do that, then say they want to run. You can't run and be like that.
Yeah, not efficiently.
Not consistently. Like, you're not going to do it. Like, you're going to have guys, and then some of the worst runners. If you watch a team play, some of the worst guys running and getting up the court are guys, myself included, that usually get outlets. I would have coaches, and I hated film. I would have coaches put film of me not running the court whenever I didn't get an outlet. Because in my mind, I'm like, that was rest time. Oh, I don't have to push it this time. So I was one of the worst runners when I didn't get the ball. Because I always waited. So if I wait and then I don't get it, then what do I have to do? Now I got to run even harder to get up the court. And my body wasn't conditioned in the league, and my body-mind game wasn't conditioned for us to get the rebound and just take off. Like, you got to be conditioned for that. You train for that. That's when you run plays, you run secondary offense and primary offense, you train yourself, get rebound, butt to the sideline, outlet, get wide, push the ball, swing it, push up the court. You practice that stuff. So now you're telling me I'm going to get in the game and don't do that? Don't do what I just been practicing for camp the whole time? That's how guys can go into the season and not be successful. That's why I'm trying to clear. I'm trying to clear like what it is that he's talking about.
Plus, you play with AI.
Now you guys see why I don't like all that anybody bringing up stuff because
Right.
because now you get into form and you get into doing stuff that you haven't practiced.
Yeah.
Because
And you play with AI, Eric. So AI got that ball, he was gone.
Yes.
So
And I knew if he got a rebound, he was going to push it. But what I
Yeah.
also knew was AI wasn't going to get us into an offense. He was going to try to score the ball.
Yes.
You see the difference? So now I know I got to get wide. Now I'm still telling guys what to do. Go screen him, fist, go get him, screen, run a drag. Like he really wanted to drag. Sometimes he didn't want to pick and roll because they were doubling. So slip out. Don't set a screen. He don't want to screen. Just slip out. Get away. Give him ISO. Push him to this side. Clear out. Yeah, go left. Come through. Go to the post. But you're still talking to guys. You're still kind of leading the offense, even though you don't have the basketball.
This is completely different, right?
But it don't have to be different. But even though that guy is the primary ball handler, who's the primary talker? Who's going to get you the set? Who's going to tell people what to do? That's usually the primary ball handler. That's usually the primary ball handler. But he don't necessarily have to do it with the ball in his hands. But it helps because he can kind of organize it. But more than anything, what helps the best is for people to be put in position to do what they do best and what they've practiced.
Yeah. Because even though if you didn't have the ball, if you did have the ball, your role didn't change.
Yes. So now you're telling me a guy that get the ball that we know is a 3-and-D, but now he's bringing the ball up the corner, he's up the court, and he's not doing what? Get in position to be a 3-and-D.
Yeah.
Because we like different guys bringing the ball up the court. Now, I'm not saying that's what Nurse is talking about. I'm just saying I hope that's not what he's talking about.
Yeah. Or if they're experimenting to see, maybe they don't know who can be second in the pecking order, and they're doing this to experiment to see who's got better ability to be number two.
And if that's the case, then you have to create your offense and cater your offense to the strengths of the guys that you have.
Yeah. So it could be an auditioning period to see who's going to be number two behind Maxey to do that.
Then that's also something that should have been addressed during the offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but based on some of the pressers and commentary I've seen from Nurse throughout this offseason, he's talked about how we have a lot of guys who can bring the ball up. And he mentioned Wofford as one of them. He mentioned Paula George as one of them, Edgecombe, Grimes, all these guys. So it does seem that they like
I know for sure, and I agree with everything that he said, that they can bring the ball up the court. But bringing the ball up the court and running a team aren't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know one of the last times we spoke, we talked about Edgecombe, and in the preseason game, they wanted to see him bring the ball up the court. What did you see from Summer League and from preseason of Edgecombe's ball handling duties? Did you like what you saw from Edgecombe in that?
It's going to take time. He can handle the ball. That he can do. But it's a fine line because a lot of guys that are used to playing on the wing that can't handle the ball, they always start out as kind of more passive because they're trying to pass and get everything set, but then they kind of push to the side what they really do best, scoring the basketball. So it's really real fine line on being able to discern when I could be more aggressive, when I could set the team up, when I need to attack, when I need to set guys up, when I need to call for pick and roll. So that takes time, especially for him. That's why I said it was fine, but it's going to take time for him to gain that experience and then understand when he needs to be aggressive, when to advance the basketball, when not to advance the basketball. Time and possession matters. If a guy's hot, getting a shot, knowing what play gets him a shot, and all of those things, they take time and experience.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I brought it up earlier about wanting to see this mix of experimental youth and vet contention, because we're a team that still win now, but yet we have a large part of our team that's kind of experimenting and learning to play in certain roles. So it's just like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see because we're still trying to win and we still have championship aspirations if everyone's healthy. And we're talking about a lot of wait and see experimental with the season starting in like 5 days. So that's,
Yeah. But yeah, as so far, I mean, Ashcombe's still in this developmental period still, so we're gonna, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error.
Schoolboy, man.
Schoolboy, Eric being nice, tough cheer code, my main man can't troll past half court.
Who you talking about, man?
I think he's talking about VJ, right?
Oh, that's low. No, he can. That's what I'm saying. He can handle the basketball, but I'm saying handling the basketball to score and handling the basketball with somebody pressuring you and you trying to run the offense, you trying to do all that. That's not the same, man. And that's why I said that's going to take time. Like I don't think we should go into the season with VJ being the second guy for that responsibility.
Right.
For that responsibility, I do not think he should be the second guy for that.
Are you even fully sold on? Because I know we've talked about this before, but it's been a while. Are you even fully sold on Maxey being someone who can just set up the offense for everyone full time? Because it sounds like we're like fully invested in him being the main creator.
Well, I mean, here's the difference with Maxey. Maxey has shown a high ability to score the basketball.
Yes.
So his ability at a high level to score the basketball has helped him be the lead guy because what it does is teams have to be aware of him and they have to double him or they have to shrink their defense, which allows him to get other people's shots because his ability to score. Now, he's not going to be a set guy up guy. He's going to be, I'm going to score, and based on how I'm being defended, it's going to be his responsibility to find other guys.
Yes.
Now, your guy, your secondary ball handler behind him may have a different responsibility when he has the ball. Right?
Yeah.
I'm saying VJ isn't a good enough scorer right now to have that responsibility and score. I don't think he's a set-up guy to have that responsibility to just set up. I think we need to just figure out what he does best and let him do that. I don't think being the primary ball handler does that. I think if they put him in the primary ball handler, in my opinion, they're struggling how to use him.
Yeah. Who would you, just curious then, who would you make second ball handler behind Maxey?
I mean, really, I don't know if we really have a true ball handler behind. I think, but Grimes has shown more of responsibility to do it more than VJ has, based on last season. I mean, you can have a guy like Paul do it, but I think that with Paul doing it, you're taking away some of the other stuff that he may bring to the table. But you can do it from a two-guard front. You can do it from a different thing because you have Paul, you have Joel, you have different guys with size that can catch in the high post, and you can run your offense through that. So you don't necessarily need a penetrating guard to be successful with it. But if you don't have that, then you have to find actions. Guys have to be able to get us into action. You got to run sets. You got to run plays. You got to do different things. You got to change size with the ball. Because if you don't have that guy that's going to make it easier for you, especially without Joel. If Joel was playing and he is the normal Joel, a lot of that becomes simplified because you can simply come down and run a play, get him in the spot, hit him, boom, cut, spot up, do whatever you got to do. But if he's not in there, now all of a sudden you got to run action. Like I said, change it from side to side, get a guy cutting, dive, slip through, do different things to trick the defense based on who you're playing. You know how they play, how they defend, which personnel do they have, which guy, challenge their weakest link. Is the guy bad in cuts? He don't see the man in ball. Is this guy bad in pick and roll defense? This guy bad in ISO defense? You chase matchups. You do all of these different things, and that's from game to game. So you're telling me that we're going to do all that, and we don't even know who our primary ball handler is? And we want to win a championship.
Second primary ball handler, I guess.
Yes. Secondary, third, fourth, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schoolboy says saw plenty of Grimes backing up Brunson in New York.
So, I mean, I say he has to be the guy right now. I would say that he has to be the guy over VJ right now. I don't think VJ needs that responsibility right now.
Yeah.
Something he can grow into for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he could eventually get there. I just don't. I didn't see enough of him having that primary responsibility right now.